So I had a conversation the other day with someone who is a UX researcher, okay, a young man who's about 3 years into his job, and he's frustrated. And the reason he's frustrated is twofold. Number one, he feels like he can't get enough done every day. He's got all these things on his to-do list, and he feels like I'm perpetually behind, right? That's the first problem. The second problem is that he's doing all this work to justify research in his organization. Okay, he's creating these very dense, deliverable reports that do an amazing, impeccable job of citing his sources, of justifying his studies with numbers, with metrics, representative samples, making sure that he's not fudging anything anywhere, making sure that all this research is impeccably credible, right? And the problem is no one's paying any attention to it. He's like, I write these reports, which my stakeholders are asking for, right? My product owners are asking for this justification, and I do it and I give it to them, and no one ever looks at it. No one ever talks about it. We can't ever get back to these discussions. I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm perpetually behind. So the reason I bring that up is because the cause of both things is the same thing. All right. And it's the fact that outside of you, okay, outside of you as a UX researcher, you as a designer, you as a UX professional of any kind, no one cares about all that detail. They don't. All right. They don't. We get upset when that gets said out loud. It's still the truth. Okay. Nobody cares about all that detail outside of you. Now, do folks in legal probably want to have some justification in case they ever get into a situation where they could be sued for something that they published or, wrote about or talked about? Maybe. I don't know. Regardless, there's only one thing that executives, non-design, non-UX people really give a shit about in this scenario, and it's this. What does that get us? All that research you just did, all the stuff that you just uncovered, okay, all the potential problem areas, potential areas of opportunity, right? What does doing what you're proposing get us? And more importantly, for that stakeholder in particular, what they're asking themselves is, what does it get me? We don't talk about this very often, but self-interest is possibly the biggest motivating factor across all human beings, whether we are consciously aware of that or not. All right. Self-preservation is very much a thing. I'm a stakeholder. I'm a product owner. I'm a chief product officer. I'm whatever, but I want this thing to succeed. Why? Because I have numbers I'm responsible for. I have metrics I have to hit. I have sales marks I have to hit. I have customer loyalty and retention metrics that have to be met. I have KPIs of some sort that are impinging on my world, okay? Things that are bearing down on my neck that I am responsible for. So the only thing I'm really interested in when you come to me and say, okay, we've completed this research study and here's what we've got. The only thing I really want to hear is how does that get me some of those things that I already want? Because I am absolutely going to ignore everything else because the only thing on my mind right now is how do we make this work? So, number one, when you do your work, should you document it? Should you cite all your sources? Should you be diligent about methods and process, okay, and research? Absolutely, of course. Should you surface all that to everybody with the assumption that they're actually going to pay attention to it? Never. Never. Have it in your pocket if they want it, but don't ever include it in something that you expect anybody to pay attention to or read. They're not going to do it. I promise you. All right. The second thing that does for you is that you don't spend this ridiculous amount of time creating this report and this document that nobody's going to read. All right. Which sucks. I mean, it's a terrible feeling. You put your heart and soul and effort into something and you hand it off and you feel really good about it, right? You're like, we did an amazing job here. This is solid. And no one cares. And that hurts and it's demotivating and it sucks, right? In a number of ways. So reclaim that time. Reclaim that time. Cite everything, have all that stuff in your pocket somewhere, but don't waste time surfacing it for people who do not care. Okay? Reclaim your time and communicate something to these people that they care about. Thanks for watching UX Fast Food for Thought. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about my UX 365 Academy, which I founded as an alternative to overpriced, under-delivering UX bootcamps that, in my opinion, completely fail to prepare students for a career in UX. Typical bootcamps cost anywhere from $3,000 to $15,000, okay, for anywhere from 10 weeks to 6 months. UX 365, my self-service academy, is only $168 for an entire year, 12 months. And for just $228, you get a live monthly group mastermind session with me, okay, where we work together on whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're working on, whatever you need help with. The sessions are there for you. Your subscription gets you access to that, along with every course, every training video, every ebook, everything I've ever created, okay, including all the full-length training courses that I have on other platforms and sites. You get new, no bullshit content throughout the year, okay, updated frequently. Things that come directly from my 30 years of experience working with some of the largest organizations in the world, teams of all shapes and sizes, every industry you can possibly think of on any type of product, website, app, system, you name it, that you can think of. Most of you who know me know that my emphasis is on stuff that works where the rubber actually hits the road, okay? Things that help you deal with the messy reality of the real world of doing this work, where you never have enough time, never have enough budget, never have enough approval, and in some cases are dealing with a great deal of obstacle and opposition just to get to do your work every day. So I hope you'll join me inside the UX 365 Academy, and I think you'll see that a very small investment can yield very large dividends, can make a very massive difference in your career trajectory, and the ease of which you go through every single day and accomplish things that you can be proud of.